but where is it in GitHub?
Uh, uh, I think I did not upload it to GitHub last time, but before that I did upload it. But I think I have not uploaded the updated version of this. So I needed to confirm it with you first. If first, I mean, first iteration. I think we should count this as our first.
Right, but you were supposed to create the application and either have the created application in GitHub and download it to your local repos, or create it in your local repo and then push the newly created project to GitHub and then create branches. So, like that's the first thing you were supposed to do. And I was very surprised to find that I couldn't find your project on GitHub.
Okay.
So it's really important that from here on out that we follow the correct procedure. You might want to just.
Okay.
Do you have a local version of the original project before you added anything to it?
I'm sorry, Professor, but all we have is our code is on Cloud9. So.
Okay, I don't know if you remember, but you were supposed to have this before week 7. Right?
Yeah.
Before week 7. So I really do not understand why none of this was done. It is kind of inexplicable to me. Before you start development, you've got to have a project in GitHub. That's the first thing you have to do.
Voice is.
Yeah,
let me just look into my GitHub repository. So.
Yeah, you need to create that. You need to link it in your Edge Adventures account.
Yeah. So, Professor, okay. So I have that project here, but I just need to update the few files that I discussed with you last time. So I think
Okay, so let me see the let me see your GitHub, please.
Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it keeps on. Yeah, it keeps on switching back. Who's hosting the Hangout?
Harini, I guess.
Harini.
Yes.
Harini, could you do me a favor, please? And on your screen, make sure Prabhakar's avatar is double clicked, okay? Because it keeps on switching off.
Yeah, okay, I see.
Yeah, now I can see it. Thank you. Now I can see it. All right, so branch master. Yeah, see, this should not be in branch master. This should be in branch development. Branch master should be just an original scaffold for a project before you start committing.
Okay.
How many branches do you have at this point?
I'm not sure what. I think we just have this one.
You just have that one?
Yeah. So
sorry?
Our branches change with iterations, and we have some separate master branch. And
No. You're supposed to have one master branch, and that's always deployment. And then you work on development branch.
Oh, okay.
And then your development branch can have additional additional branches. Yeah, what you push to GitHub is just your original project when you created it, before you start doing anything.
So deployment branch is left unchanged unless we push our
For
code
the
to it.
time being. For the time being, until I accept everything and you merge it.
Okay.
And it, you know, it has to be reviewed first. You know, at this point, you shouldn't have anything in your master except the original created project. And what you have here should be under development.
Sorry for that. We'll do that today. We'll do that today.
You develop, you create a new, from development, you create a new branch for each feature. So your first branch should have been something like homepage or something like that, landing page, however, you know, whatever you think it is. And then, you know, once that's approved, it gets merged. Once it's merged with development, you can delete that branch, but then everyone who's assigned to a task has to create a branch for their task and download it to their repo. Otherwise, there's no way that people can make progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Sure. So every team member in the project has to create his or her own branch under our development branch.
There's a branch for every feature. So if 2 people are working on a feature, that's their branch. If 3 people are working on a feature, that's their branch. If 1 person is working on a feature, that's their branch. All right, so it's 1 branch per feature.
Per feature.
1 to 3 people from here on out. 1 to 3 people can work on a feature from here on out, but only 1 to 3 people. Now, if you have any questions about this procedure, you should really look at that development that I showed you. Was it last week or the week before? That presentation that John made from NYU.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah. That is the best presentation I've seen. You know what's unique about it is he shows the different, you know, like your repo, your development area, your staging area. And he shows you everything. And I've not seen one that did it that way. And in fact, when I've tried to put something like this together, and I tried to think about how visually to represent it, you know, I was never really quite sure what would make it clear, but I think he really hit the nail on the head. And now everyone has access to this GitHub repo?
Yes, they have.
Yes.
Anyone on your team should have access to the GitHub repo and to Pivotal Tracker, right?
Okay.
And I noticed when I looked at Pivotal Tracker that not everyone had signed up as a team member, and everyone in your team needs to sign up and say, I'm a team member.
Okay. So we'll talk to them. Okay then. So, Professor, for the what things are we lacking for the first iteration? Um,
Okay, so this is okay. Some of the stuff is pre-first iteration. All right, pre-first iteration, you're supposed to have all the team members on Adventures. You're supposed to have your pitch, your description, all that stuff is supposed to be done beforehand, as well as bios for every team member. You know, and this stuff was way back before the middle of the semester. You know, you had tasks to do here. Can anyone bring up Adventures and we'll look at the page, your page, very quickly. I think you're going to change the name of it too, aren't you?
yeah, but I think we were not able to come up with some good name. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, let's just see what's there. Adventures.org. Start there.
So yeah, and then
Okay, now find your project. I think it's towards the bottom. Keep going. Yeah, keep on scrolling. Yeah, there it is.
yeah.
Double click. Okay. Oh.
I think we had that, but just because there's a duplicacy in our project, so maybe I need to give a.
Can
There
we
are
stay
two
there for
projects
just
with
a
this.
moment? I'm sorry?
I think there's a duplicacy of our project, so maybe.
So, okay, can you slow down? Slow down. You think it's what? I can't hear you.
Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, you shouldn't say that it's a tool to find out your weekly graphical representation of the amount of work you've done on a weekly basis. You need to rework that statement a little bit. It's a tool that depicts your weekly, a weekly graphical representation of blah, blah, blah. It's not, yeah, you shouldn't say it's a tool to find out. A tool that depicts your, that depicts a weekly graphical representation. Can I see the rest of that line? I can't see
Sorry.
no, it's okay. Just move. Yeah. Weekly graphical representation
Of the amount.
of the, I wouldn't say the amount, we should say of the work
Okay.
you've done each week.
Weekly graphical presentation of the work.
You've done each week. Or you do each week. You could put it in the present. Tool that depicts a weekly graphical representation of the work you do each week. Work a week. A tool. Yeah, a tool that depicts a weekly graphical, or yeah, that depicts the weekly graphical representation. Weekly graphical representation of
the work you do each week.
Yeah, the work you've done this week or every week. The work you've done every week. A tool that depicts the graphical representation of the work. I guess you've done.
Yeah, that you have done.
Yeah. Each week.
Good, yeah.
Yeah. Or you could say the work you've completed each week.
Or
You know, something like that.
the work that you have completed.
See if that sounds nicer. The work you have completed each week. That looks good.
The work that you completed. for that week, completed for that week or each week?
For the
Not sure.
week you've completed, okay, the work you've completed. Well, is it just for the present week or previous weeks or what?
No, so it goes for past weeks too. So if you haven't done, if you haven't filled the form or you haven't tried to work on that app for last few weeks, so you can go back and
Yeah, okay,
see.
so this implies that it's a multi-week thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think is good.
Okay.
And I wouldn't say, and then you could get, you should say something like, just you can get a complete view of statistics for all the projects you have submitted to Tracker. Yeah, your description here is a little odd. You can get a complete view of the statistics for
The person's, the other person,
you can get a complete view of all of your projects. Just say that for all of your projects. What? Now you mentioned Tracker. Does that mean that it will show projects that are in Tracker?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of noise in the background. Wherever that is happening, you guys mute and talk.
Okay.
That's quiet.
I think it's Prabhakar. It's coming from your side, maybe.
Mhm.
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Okay. So it says have submitted to your tracker till date. What do you mean by that? Have submitted to your tracker.
So it means like, okay, so if you're at the end of the week or in the middle of the week, you now try to put in your work in that spreadsheet or whatever tool that we give you. So you go ahead and put your hours and your work into that. And
Oh, okay. So you're talking about this tool, not working with some other tool.
oh no, so this, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then you don't have to put it that way. You can just say you can get a complete view of the statistics for all of your projects, period. That's really all you need to say. And I like it that you say it's cool to track your progress, but you should have
That
something
helps you to
like,
progress.
yeah, okay, so it's cool to track your progress, and then you could have like a dash. It helps you to progress towards your life goals or something like that. Or it helps you reach your life goals. That would be a less wordy way of saying it. It helps you reach your life goals. Your life goals. Yeah, that's good. You're like, that's good. Life goals is fine as an adjective. Life goals. So put a big dash in front of that. So it's cool to track your progress. Dash. It helps you reach your life goals. Right?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would put maybe an exclamation point at the end or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, you don't need a space in front of it, really. I don't think it should have a space. Yeah. Okay. So that's a good description. All right. Now, can you move that over just a little bit? Move it over. So your pitch is missing. See how it says project content missing? You're supposed to say why this project? Why do it this way? Why not use another tool or whatever? So you need to come up with something persuasive here in the about. Okay? Why would someone want to use your tool? Why is it worth helping us develop this tool? All right, so that's what the about is for. It's like, why would you develop it? Why would you use it? Yeah, good. Yeah, and your documents, you were supposed to have before your presentation, you were supposed to have the minimum viable product posted here, right?
Yes.
And I don't see one. And you're also supposed to have a polished video of your introductory presentation. And I don't see that either.
That's true, Professor. But I just want to confess one thing. Sometimes students are really busy. Like they had midterms this week, so we couldn't get a group time there. So that was a problem.
Yeah, but you were supposed to do this in week 6. Well, actually, the end of week 5. How many weeks has it
Yeah.
been? It's week, what, 11?
Yeah, that's true. That's our mistake.
Yeah, I mean, I know,
Taken
believe me, I know you're busy. I teach part-time and I work 7 days a week, and
Oh.
I work pretty much 24/7, all right?
Oh,
And I only work part-time. So,
And then yeah, that is it. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So I know exactly what you're talking about, and I understand when sometimes you have to postpone something for a week or sometimes even 2 weeks. But this is what, 5 or 6 weeks? That's unacceptable,
Yeah, I understand that.
right?
Yeah.
Right? So, and I don't
we will
want to
try to
come
get
down
the
on
things.
you. I want to see you become successful. It does me no good to see you flounder, okay?
That's nice of you, Professor. Yeah.
I want to help you catch up. I want to help you do well. That's my
Thanks.
motivation. That's all I care
Uh-huh.
about, is that you do well.
We
Okay?
will definitely see improvements, Professor, next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, and as I said, I know that you've got a lot of stuff on your plate, but you can't just, this is not the kind of course that you can just let go for weeks.
Mhm.
So don't forget your minimum viable under documents, minimum viable product, and your video.
Mhm.
Do you remember
Yeah.
what I told you about doing the video?
Yes, we do.
So you could either do a hangout and manage it yourself, but make sure it's polished, or you can go down
Yeah.
to BTV and ask them to help you.
Okay.
And because they produce videos for students,
Yeah, you told
and
me about that.
they have professional equipment, so you can do it either way. But keep in mind that employers will look at these videos at
Okay.
the Edge of Ventures site, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want it to look hokey or not so good, right?
Okay, gotcha.
Now, next to documents, please put minimum viable product, MVP, which is missing. Okay. All right. Now, when you do a Start Live Hangout does it work now?
You should join this project before you can start
Yeah,
this
see,
thing.
I don't see all the names here that I should see. Yeah, so everyone has to go here and click on Join Project. Can you do that now?
Okay, I did that.
Okay. Now, what happens is when you do a Hangout, it automatically stores it under videos, and as you progress in Pivotal Tracker, it automatically tracks your activity. So this is a very nice site. Oh, okay,
Okay,
good.
I could do it now. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, we don't want to have 2 going at once, but I'm glad it works, okay?
Mm.
All right, so now you're there. Can you click on your avatar there under members? Click by your name. Click. Okay.
There's
Now
nothing
you're
here.
supposed to have a bio here. You could put a resume, all kinds of stuff. There's also I don't know why it's not coming up, but there's when you finish your profile, there's a skill set, and you can say what your skills are. And under projects, can you click under projects? Click it. Yeah. See, it comes up automatically. I don't know why it has two, but that's kind of interesting.
I could explain that, Professor, because last time when you were logged into my system, I created this project from
Oh,
your
okay.
account.
So, right. Okay.
Right.
I think
So,
you need to delete that from your
okay.
side, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'll figure out which one is which and get rid of it. All right. Can you scroll down a little bit? Let's see. Edit. Set status. Can you go to set status? Oh, okay. So this is new. This is new. And then what about edit? Okay, so you see the skills part,
Yeah.
that will, and also notice here, make profile public, make email public, show hire me button, and receive site emails. Now, this is how you can get, if an employer sees the project and likes it, this is how you might get an interview.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? So these are all things that you probably want to set up, okay?
Yeah.
And this was supposed to be set up before your presentation. I don't know what's going on, but I just get the feeling that for some reason your team pays no attention to, you know, kind of what we're supposed to be doing in a given week. I don't know why. So this is just the Agile Venture stuff that you have to do before you can get iteration 1 approved.
Oh.
Okay. Now, you have your project on Pivotal Tracker. We saw that, right?
Yes.
Can I see your Pivotal Tracker? So far, you only have one story, and I'm not sure that it's written all together correctly. Is it all? Has it all been updated?
Yes, Professor. Last time I did it. Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
Okay. Are you calling it the time management homepage?
Yes, I am calling it time management homepage.
Okay. What is the name of your project?
But again, yeah, we need to come up with some good name. And then with that name, I think this time management thing has to be corrected.
Yeah, I mean, just update it when you're sure, okay?
Okay.
Update it when you're sure. And let's see, you have story type feature. Whoa, don't go away. Don't go away. You have, go scroll up again. Scroll up. Yeah, so story type is feature, 3 points, state. Okay. What, did I accept it? I think I might have.
Yeah, last time I came to you and then you
Yeah,
did
okay,
this
okay.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Again, I accepted it, but in some ways I shouldn't have because you don't have the prerequisite stuff done. Okay,
Yeah.
but I don't want to hold you up either. I want you to get those prerequisite things done.
Okay.
Follow the story. Okay, and now start scrolling down. Scroll down. Keep going. Keep going. All right, keep going. Keep going. Just keep going. All the way to the end. All the way to the end. Where's your storyboard? And where's your UI? I don't see it uploaded here. Okay, for one thing, this story here, this story, you have to have, you know how you draw the picture of the user interface in the back of the index card?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you need to scan that or photograph it and then upload it here. Do you see the little paper clip? See the paper clip?
Yes.
Yeah, so you upload a picture of your whatchamacallit? Yeah, you upload a picture of your UI right here so that anyone who wants to understand the story has all the information. All right. And did you make a chore yet?
Yeah, we have made it. So I think Ginny has that. So we just need to scan it and upload it.
No,
I
no,
think,
no.
yeah.
I'm saying, where is the chore in Pivotal Tracker? Where is it? It would be, you know, like a different story. I only see this one story. Yeah. Do you have any others anywhere?
We didn't create one because we thought we need to first discuss it with you.
Yeah. Okay. But everyone was supposed to create a chore. So why don't we do this right now? Say add story. Add
Yes.
story. Yeah. And then say storyboard.
Do I write storyboard right here?
Yeah, right there. And then say story type and yeah, bring the drop down and say it's a chore. It's not a feature. It's a chore. Okay. And I'm the requester. I'm the requester. Yeah. You guys are the owner. Did you say Ginny? Did you say that Ginny has the drawing or whatever? Has the picture to upload?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then she can be the owner.
Okay.
Okay. And in description, you're going to say storyboard for our project. Okay. And then make a new line. Make a new line. And now put the link to your GitHub right here, right below. This way, when people do new features, they can go here, they can write up their new story, and then they can go here, click, and they're there. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So then at the bottom, when you're ready to upload the picture, you're going to hit that and you're going to upload it. I would add a comment first. I would say, you know, like version 1.
Sure.
And then upload the picture. Okay.
Okay.
And then, you know, there will be other versions, but you'll know which one is which. So now save this before, if you just dismiss it, it won't save it. So make sure you save this. So go ahead and save. It's saved. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Now you should have been coming up with a slew of stories. My suggestion was do a landing page or a home page first, right?
Yeah.
And then depending on, and this is, we had a discussion a while ago about your resources, and you weren't quite sure whether the main resource was going to be like a project or a task, or the main resource was going to be a time unit. But certainly, you know, one contains the other, so to speak, right?
Yeah, right.
So one full iteration's worth of work would be to define properly in the database, and that means that you would do it with Rails generate model, you know, the model name and attribute columns and types. And if you're not sure how to do Rails generate model, you can look it up in the Rails guide. It'll tell you exactly how to do it. And that will create your model file and your schema. And then you just do a RakeDB migrate and you have your resource. And of course, you would have to refer to those resources in your routes file.
Okay.
Okay. One iteration's worth of work would be to set that up and then divide up the CRUD among your team members. So you would, regardless of how you're going to use this resource, at a minimum, you have to be able to create, read, update, and delete it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that should be the next thing that you do. You shouldn't be attempting really difficult things until you've got the basics down. And my guess is that you're going to have an association that either, tasks occur within a time unit, or a time unit is associated with a task, but you need to discuss the association you should have. And you really have at least 2 resources that you could create and do CRUD for. Is that right?
Yeah. That's right.
At this point?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that could be iteration 1, 2, 3 right there. Right there. Iteration 1, 2, 3. And then iteration 4, we start doing the difficult things. So that would be, I think, an action plan for how you can catch up without going crazy.
Okay, gotcha.
Does that make sense to you?
I just need to say this things again. Like our first iteration, our second iteration would be like this generating the models and schema for the database.
Yes.
Okay,
Well, generating them and then doing the CRUD.
doing the CRUD.
So you generate the model, and then you have to update routes. Put that under RakeDB Migrate. Update routes.
Yeah.
And then do CRUD.
So this comes under one iteration.
Yeah. So actually, you have 2 iterations worth of work there. Do it for one resource and then do it for another. But you're gonna have to kind of graph out how you plan on associating your various resources. And of course, everything's dependent on things being set up in GitHub properly to begin with, because once it's set up properly, then all your team members can fork from it and make their branches, etc. Or, we talked in class about there are a couple of ways of doing that. It depends on how safe you want to be. One way is that all your team members fork from the development branch and then create a branch in their repo, which eventually gets pushed back to development. A simpler way, but a tiny bit more dangerous, is that you create a branch right in your GitHub repo, a branch of development, and then you simply clone it to your repo and work on it.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. So you have to decide how you're going to manage this. One is a little more complicated but safer. The other one is simpler but a little less safe. And you kind of have to weigh also, because one is more complicated, will that make it less effective? And the other isn't quite as safe, but if it's simpler, would it in the long run be better? So, you have to think about that. Yeah, and it's not like I would say it's unsafe. It's less safe. It's less safe.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, so less safe is, no, first you create a branch in the development repo. That's the first thing. Less safe. Create branch, in development repo. And then clone the branch that you just created to your repo. And then, when you've done work, you can push it back to this branch. Do you see what I mean by it's simpler?
Yeah.
For the other one, when you fork, if you fork and create your own branch, you'll have to do a pull request just to pull in the changes into another of your development branch. Okay, I mean ultimately you have to do a pull request either way, but
Yeah.
in one sense you have to do two with this safe method.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, Professor, got it.
So you should be able to spin up 8 user stories very quickly. All the
8
crud
user
for
stories, you
2.
say?
Well, all the crud for 2 resources, right?
I didn't get this thing.
Okay, so we were saying that for the first iteration was the landing page or the home page, right? The next
Yeah,
iteration is we're going to generate one of the resources, and it's
Yeah.
going to be created as a model, right? And then we're going to do the
Yeah.
crud. So crud, that's 4 things, right?
Yeah.
4 separate user stories.
Okay.
4 separate user stories for one resource, and then 4 separate user stories for the other resource. So that's 8 stories right away,
Yeah, that's true.
and not so hard. Story. Don't forget, I don't care what you're coding, if it's in the model or in the controller, you have to do RSpec first, and otherwise you have to have Cucumber tests before you write any code anywhere.
Okay, gotcha.
Now, is everyone clear on this, and has everyone got a starting point?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Do you agree that we're, we can proceed at this point? And Prabhakar, you're going to, in haste, fix up everything in GitHub so everybody can get to it?
Yes, I'll do that, Professor.
Okay, and everyone has to make sure that they sign up as a member of this project, so that you can get access to Pivotal Tracker and access to GitHub. All right.
Okay, Professor. So these are our new tasks that we need to do.
Okay, so once Prabhakar, once you have the GitHub stuff all set up, what is the next thing that everyone is going to do?
So next thing, they need to create their own branch under the development branch. So I think then we
Okay,
need to
but
decide.
even before that, what do you need to do?
Everyone have to sign in with Agile Ventures.
Yes, that's good. And then what next?
Should join
Uh,
the Agile Ventures project.
Well, I mean,
And then
you got to take care of the stuff at Edge Adventure. For the script we worked up for the midterm, you have to sit
Yes.
down, decide what your
Okay.
user stories are going to be, right?
Oh, okay.
Put them in Connextra format. Have the drawing of your UI. Put it in Pivotal Tracker. Get me to approve it, and then you can start writing cucumber tests, and you can start coding, right? And it's got to be that order,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
But,
Yeah, and just keep me posted.
Sure.
okay. Okay, Professor. So we need to create these user stories in construct format and then show these user stories to you first.
Well, you
Monday.
can, you can just send me something on Slack, and
Okay.
we can either do it by text or we can do a quick hangout, and I'll go over it quick with you, and then you can go on. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but have a discussion. Have a discussion, and then proceed.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay, so I'm gonna go now, if that's okay.
Yeah.
But contact me
Yeah, thank you,
if
Professor.
anything happens, and don't forget at the end of your hangout to click the live button so you turn it the other way, and then save your file. Okay.
Yeah, okay,
Sure.
Professor.
All right. Okay. So hopefully I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Professor, for your time. Thanks. वो सभी चले गए
मैम मैम ये गुलाब अब तक है
Yeah, 1 minute. Let me disconnect. I'll stop the broadcast. Then we'll.
how okay is my screen sharing or do I need to unshare it? How do I unshare it?
और
Yeah,
गुलाब अब
your
तक
screen
है
is unshared. Your screen is not shared, Prabhakar. Don't worry.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ गुलाब अब तक है